It's time for Firepit Friday, the show for artists by artists. As always, your favorite hosts, Cece from the band Entropy 64 and Hype Man Rick from Not Just Country. Join us for conversation that's more hot. It's time for Firepit Friday.
Hey everybody, it's Cece, and no, Rick is not here tonight. Rick is recovering from some little hospital doodads.
Situations.
Dentist. Sorry, Rick. We miss you.
Facial situations.
A little facial situation. But that's okay.
Hey!
We got it covered. No, I didn't go there.
Wait a second.
We got it covered tonight. We got it way covered tonight. We've got the pups on the couch. We've got Jim here engineering. We have Firepit Productions in the room.
In the building.
Woo!
Big shout out, Mr. Prince.
Firepit's hot. Yeah, Firepit Productions.
Bird
rules.
Fools.
Yes. What is their website, JayDee? Do you know?
HarperProductions.com.
Well, that's easy. And tonight, I have JayDee on the couch. Now, JayDee, everybody knows, if you've listened to Firepit Friday, the podcast in 2007, JayDee was on, and now he's back in 2008 with even more fantastic news. Great news, great music, great person. JayDee, I want to welcome you again to the Firepit. All right.
I would welcome myself, but that's arrogant. So, thank you for having me.
Oh no, I'll
Always a pleasure.
You're always going to be welcome at the Firepit forever and ever.
I'll be here every Friday.
As a matter of fact, every
Let's
Friday.
schedule that in.
Really?
Let's go on and pencil that in then. Somebody get that? Every Friday, me.
Yeah,
No,
all right.
no,
Every Friday,
no.
JayDee.
No, I'm just playing. That was really bad.
No, it's
All right.
funny. No, all right. Let's go back. Do you ever see what is that movie where they go back in time? Doodle-doo-doo-doo, doodle-doo-doo, doodle-doo-doo.
Yeah.
Okay. Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
that's
have a
what we're doing.
Wayne's World moment where we go. Doodle-doo-doo. And I'm gonna go back in time, JayDee, just a
Okay.
little bit before we start on what's going on.
All right.
Because I want the podcasters who've never listened to your music before.
Shame on you.
They don't know about you yet. Don't be upset with them.
Okay,
They
okay.
just don't know yet.
I'm sorry.
All right. So this little flashback is for anybody who doesn't know JayDee yet and is now going to get introduced to JayDee. JayDee has been a staple in Nashville for a long time. He has been working it. He's been doing all of his marketing, promotion from the heart. Truly an independent artist who's taken his career from one level to the next on his own homegrown way of doing things. And I met JayDee a long time ago, and I was impressed with him, his poems,
Thank you.
his words, his heart, what he was doing and how he was doing it. I was impressed from day one. So now to see you today, JayDee, I'm just like, oh man, we've been together, like I've known you since '99,
Yeah.
and man, you have grown as an artist tremendously, but as a person, you've stayed so consistent. Your words and music have been so true to who you are, more than I can imagine. I mean, there's artists out there who change, who kind of mold themselves to different, whatever the wave is, whatever the new wave is. That's not JayDee. JayDee's art has been continually growing, but it's always been true to him. And that's what I want people to know, that what you're hearing now has just been an extension of who he has been and how he has grown. So, I mean, from the heart, JayDee, I just want to let you know that I really appreciate you as a person.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think the main thing that you touched on was, like, the growth as a person. Because I think, you know, your art should reflect the person you are, not necessarily the gimmick and all of those things that we've talked about on numerous occasions. You know what I mean?
You know,
So-
but that's one thing I want to touch. You get ridiculed. People like you.
Not to my face.
No.
No,
Not to his
player.
face.
No, player.
No. You get ridiculed for stepping out of the mold.
Yeah, or not stepping into it.
Okay.
It's not that I'm stepping out. You know what I'm saying? Because I was never there. You know what I mean? It's like most people, you know, it's hard if you don't get into that. You know what I'm saying? Like we was just talking, you know, me and Mr. Prince, the president of Untouchable Records, big shout out. You know what I'm
Mr. Prince.
We was talking about that, like a Forbes list put out a you know, they put out a list, no shit, you know what I mean? But they put out a list, and one of the top selling rappers of last year is like
Who would that be?
But anyway, yeah, but you know, and he put out these songs that was just like, it's okay, whatever. But I mean, it's obviously a gimmick, you know. There's nothing from the heart about any of this stuff. And I mean, grossed over 10 million himself last year, you know. And you're like, man, and you know, it's no hate,
No.
but you know, real artistry is like, where is that at? Can we eat too? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
it is no hate. It is no hate, and we're good, and the Lord's going to take care of us regardless.
Right.
But, you know, it's just a shame that the suits and the money took over this whole, you're supposed to be an art form,
Right.
you know, and a form of expression, and the suits and the money took over this whole thing and turned it into a big business. And so, you know, once it became big business, it was like you conform or you struggle, you know. So
Well, because of your words and music being so personal, do you think that it takes a stronger person, a stronger rapper, a stronger person to come out and speak from the heart? And they don't care. They
Sure.
don't care.
Sure.
This is something that they need to say because it's true. It's
Yeah.
true to them in their life. And then when somebody tells you, you can't say that anymore.
Yeah.
You know why? Because we need to put you into this little box.
yeah,
But you'll make a lot of money in that box, and you'll have, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of opportunities in that box. But you know what?
no
So-
integrity, you know what I mean?
No integrity.
And the reason, yeah, no integrity, it's like, you know, the words derived from integer, which is can't be divided by, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, they themselves, they're divided with themselves at that point if they can't even be
Right.
themselves and be real with themselves,
With
you know?
themselves.
It all starts in anything, really, you know what I mean? In anything, in life, in anything, really, it all starts from within.
Yeah.
So all the changes, and we was just having a conversation before the interview even started about a close friend, you know, they got to go through what they got to go through, and your job is to be beside them and support them. You know, you speak the truth and say, hey, you know, I understand, and this is my opinion. I'm going to keep it real with you. You may not even like what I'm hearing, but I'm going to tell you straight up about what it is.
Right.
But then at the end of the conversation, the end of the day, I got you, you know. So,
Yeah.
I mean, but the music business is not like that, you know what I'm saying? They're not like that. It's so cutthroat, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard. If you got good people around you, and you can stay true to yourself, and you feel like everybody else is being true with you and to themselves, you know what I'm saying, then you can move as a unit like that, you know, and there will be some form of success, you know. I think that it's going to come back around, you know, and that you know, the art will be able to mold itself again, you know
Oh,
what
I
I'm saying?
think so too.
Hopefully,
I hear
at
the
least.
rumblings now about that, actually. You know, I'll just touch on a couple of shows that everybody knows. Everybody knows about Oprah. Everybody knows about certain shows in town that have a lot of viewership. And the one thing is they're trying to get to the heart of what really is.
Yeah.
What's really going on here? And more, the more light we shed on it, the more people are going to step back and say, oh, wait a minute, I don't have to buy that CD, I don't have to fall into that mold, and, oh, wait a minute, who's JayDee?
Yeah.
They will pick up your CD, they will start listening, because now the rumblings have started, like,
Yeah.
what we're saying now is starting to hit the public. It wasn't hitting it before,
It's funny
but
because
hitting
like
it now.
they talk about how hard it is to sell records now because of internet downloads and the internet in general and iTunes and all this stuff, you know what I mean? They talk about that, but you know, could it be also that hip hop is really like the biggest selling genre of music right now there
It
is,
is.
with
Yeah.
McDonald's commercials and all that. I mean,
Absolutely
we've
the
talked about,
biggest,
you know, and I can sound like a broken record all day. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep, you know, until I fucking get a horse. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep talking about the same things because it's so near and dear to me, and it means so much to me. It's my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I'll give it all up for this. You know, to be real, and but they talk about internet downloads and all of these things. But you know, could it be that the majority of music that you're shelling out there as companies is just shit? I mean, couldn't it be that people don't want to buy it anymore?
It could
it's
be.
That guy is the same as that guy.
Yeah.
That these youngs are all the same young, you know, and I'm talking about, you know, these adjectives in these rappers' names, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not this. It's just, it's the same thing, man. You're that guy. You know what I'm saying? He dropped a record, then you dropped a record, and it was the same as his record.
Right.
You know? What did you go through? Just tell me what the fuck you went through as a person.
Right.
You know? And then maybe I can relate to you. If you look back on all of the rappers that came up, or rappers, MCs, whatever you want to call them, you know? If you look at the ones that gave you their whole life, those are the cats that made an impact. Those are the people that, you know what I'm saying, like Pac, you know what I'm saying, and Eminem even, and Jay-Z, and all these cats that bled for, you know, I mean, there's a bunch of them, and I'm not trying to discriminate, you know what I mean? But those are the people that made an impact because you felt like you could relate to them. Like, man, this cat's actually being honest with me about the shit he's saying himself, you know? It's like actors go to movies.
Right.
Tell me, don't give me what the hell he wrote.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's just different than other genres of music, you know what I mean? Other genres of music, there are songwriters, you know, and there's no beef with that, you know what I mean? Like in country music especially, you know, there's songwriters, and that's not a big deal. But in hip hop, it's like if you don't write your own shit, then come on, man. It was all about our struggle and coming up and telling you about what the hell we went through.
Right.
You know, whether good or bad.
Right.
You know, how, and hopefully the underlying moral theme was that we came up out of it.
You
But,
know what?
you know.
That's why it's time now. That's why it's time now. People are understanding that. And like you said, they are realizing that maybe that song that they downloaded, they didn't want to buy.
Yeah.
They didn't want to buy.
That's crazy.
Let's talk about some of the, exactly what you just said about the artist coming, what you went through, what you've gone through. Explain to everybody out there listening, what have you gone through, JayDee? What message are you trying to send?
Well, you know, like I said, at the end of the, I'm not gonna sit up here and say, oh man, you know, my childhood was so terrible. You know, even if it was, you know what I mean? Or you know, I did all these things and I was in the street for so long and I went to jail, you know what I'm saying? And all these things can be factual, you know what I mean? But they just help mold you into the person you become, you know what I'm saying? And and you have such a huge part in that, you know, in the molding of that, you know what I'm saying? Somebody told me it's like, you know, life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. And while, you know, I believe, like, spiritually, you know, that the Lord has a plan for me. You know what I'm saying? I believe that. I walk with that every day that I'm breathing, you know? And it's just about me, you know, whenever I said, like, I said a line in there, it's like, he paved the way and I just found his pavement. You know, I made the changes he saw fit to save me. You know, it's those things, and, you know, and I'm not a Christian rapper. You know what I mean?
Well, tell
it's
me how
about
important
that.
God is in your
everything,
writing.
Everything. It's everything. It's everything on my life. It's not about my writing. This is the gift He gave to me. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, He gave me blessings in my children.
Who
He gave
can't
me,
relate to that?
Yeah,
You know what I
you
mean?
know?
That is so good. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody can relate to that.
That's
You're
the
not
whole thing.
preaching.
Yeah.
You're not shoving any sort of views or
No, I
morals
got
or
no
anything like
propaganda,
that.
man. It's- yeah.
Exactly. What you're doing is you're saying you were given this opportunity,
Absolutely.
and now it's your time to turn it around and give it back.
And it's funny too, because, like, you know, I the people I'm influenced by, or the people I respect in the business, they get frustrated as well. You know what I'm saying, with the business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was watching this piece on DMX, who was like, you know, I feel like, you know, just deeply real and spiritual, you know what I'm saying, and true to itself, you know, right or wrong. And he said it, he was like, I can't teach you how to get this same blessing. I was given a blessing, you know what I'm saying? I can't teach you how to get the same blessing.
Right.
You can't mold people into being artists, you know what I mean?
Right.
You just are, you're not, you know?
Right.
And I feel that, you know, and it's crazy when I heard him say it, because I was like, man, I've been screaming this thing for years, you know? It's like the same thing. And then you get frustrated with these people that come into this business and they give them this simple track, and then they say, here's some lyrics on this paper, just stand over there, and all you really got to do is talk it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Damn, he's an actor. You know, give him a part.
Hey, that's a good way to put it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a really good
give him
actor.
a part. Yeah, give him a part. Go give him a part. You know,
Right.
let him be somebody else
That's
somewhere
a
else.
great
You know,
metaphor.
can we be real over here at least? You know, and then they all claim. You know, I'm not coining no real phrase. I understand that Dave Chappelle even had the skit, when keeping it real goes wrong. You know, I'm not trying to beat that thing to death, but it's just serious. You know, can you just tell me about who you are, and then I'll relate to you. I won't, and I'll buy your record, and that'll be that. You know.
Would you say that's for you? That would be the essence of your craft. That's the essence of your craft. Is to be able to say, this is what we all can relate to.
Absolutely, and keep it 100. It's important to me. You know what I'm saying? It's important to me. I'll just be the most genuine person. You know what I'm saying? I won't be the best rapper ever, you know? I'm not going to be like or the fastest rapper, or, you know, the cat that's got the most metaphors and punchlines for battle rapping or none of that, you know what I'm saying? But when you see me, I'll be the same person every day, and I'll never be too big for nothing, you know? It's like I'll be the same person. You either like me and you understand my music, or you feel my music, or you don't, and I'm cool with that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have, and you've been kind of a mentor in a sense, because a lot of people actually look up to you as far as what you've done and how what a success you have become, and your successes and how you apply them. I know that there are people that, you know, kind of, you know, rely on you as a mentor.
And that's what makes it all worthwhile. You know what I'm saying? That's like, that in itself is enough for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'll figure out how to pay my bills, you know what I'm saying, and pay the house note and keep everything afloat. It's about those people. It's about, you know, the Lord gave me the avenue to create, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just passing it along, you know what I'm saying? From back whenever I didn't have nothing, thank God, you know, I had people like Jim and Shane and you guys whenever I first started recording, you know what I mean, that gave me the opportunity, and that's what it is. It's it's supposed to be. That's what it is.
That's what it
you
is.
know.
And you know what? I want to touch on. These are two CDs that dropped recently.
Yeah,
correct?
just like three months ago.
Okay, and we've got one,
ago.
The Blackout, which is incredible. It blows me away.
Yeah, the Blackout mixtape is the compilation of all the artists on Untouchable Records. You know what I'm saying? And it's the total spectrum, you know what I'm saying, of the talent that I've been blessed to be around, basically.
Okay, but how many other rappers have actually done something like this?
Yeah, well, mixtapes, we do mixtapes differently as well. We do mixtapes with all original tracks.
Completely different, JayDee.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, you definitely have been the pioneer for this.
The packages, the package is crazy.
Incredible. Okay, people, this is so professional. This is so, JayDee. You blow me away. You're always coming up with these fantastic ideas. I know that you have a great team of people that you work with.
A fabulous team.
But let's just face it, dude. Come on now.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, and you know, and once again, man, like you know, I move and I'm able to move because of the machine that moves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be all of this if I didn't have these people, and that's the beauty of it all. You know what I'm saying? Not like a you know, like a codependency or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, help each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of it. Inspiration from one another and bouncing ideas and that good team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, one of the cats, you know. The quarterback's not finna go on the field and beat that whole other team by itself. You know what I'm saying? And they need to play their part. You know, and I play my part. You know, and I give it up to them, man, because they inspire me. You know, these young cats, they blow me away. You know what I'm saying? Slim Body, who's, you know, down and out right now, but we got you, homie. You already know what it is. And Lil Sleep, Young Av, Shameless, Redlock, Tank, Angel, you know. All of these people, you know what I'm saying, that are just around me. Cosmo, you know, huge figure to me. Joe Rilla, Mr. Prince, the president, you know what I'm saying? These people, man, they just
incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing to me. I get emotional about it, you know what I'm saying, because it means so much to me, you know what I'm saying?
They're your family.
Yeah,
they're
that's
your family. We're
absolutely
gonna have
what it
Angel
is.
on the show probably in about a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. She got an album coming out
I
called
know.
Fallen. It's crazy.
She's beautiful. Oh
Crazy.
gosh, her vocals give me chills.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Track 18.
Yeah, dedication.
Track 18.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay.
You know,
Dedication. Where were you? I want to know where were you when that was it? You knew you were going to write Dedication. Where were you at?
I was actually where I do most of my writing, or all of my writing almost, because I'm there most of the time in the studio. I mean, I don't even basically, I live there. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
built the thing in my home so I could have that freedom to create, you know what I mean? And I started with, like, dedication to me was like one of the things that I deemed necessary to do in my lifetime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was like I had to do that, you know, before I left here, you know what I mean? Because I wrote everybody's names down on a piece of paper, and naturally I didn't speak about my mother or my kids because I have separate songs for that. It was more of like it started out like a industry thing, you know what I'm saying? People that helped me out in the industry, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And it started out like that, and then there was a few others that, you know, homeboys and stuff and people I came up with, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And but I started out, I wrote everybody's name on a piece of paper, you know what I mean? And I kept adding names to it, you know, and there was like, you know, because there was people that close to me that passed away, you know, that I had done music with, and then my homeboy Bradley went and fought in the war in Iraq, and got shot up, you know, and thank God he lived, you know, but he came back and he hasn't been the same, you know, and it's just key things, you know. My dog Missy passing was big to me. Me and
Missy
Jim
was
was just talking
your
about it. Crazy,
baby.
yeah, crazy. After 10 years, you know,
She
and
was your baby.
she was there when, you know, whenever people came to the house and tore it up, you know. And
Missy
things
was
like
impressive.
that.
She walked in the room and you knew Missy was in the room.
Yeah, she was the mama, you know. And so I had gone through a lot of things, and it was just real important to me that I speak on these things and pay homage basically back to the people that helped me out, you know what I mean? Because that's always, you know, and name dropping in songs is not like name dropping. I don't name drop to name drop. I name drop of people like some people don't even know because they mean something to me. I give back, you know what I mean? Because that's what this is to me. It's my whole life in these lyrics. It's my whole life in these songs. That's why I write books. That's why my you know, my rhyme book is thick, you know what I mean?
I can't wait till that comes out. What's going on with your rhyme book?
Well, the poetry book is gonna be out in the first of 08.
Yeah.
Called The Soul of a Poet, A Road to Reality. And it's crazy, man. I think there's like 118 poems in there. It's probably gonna be about 144 pages long.
Beautiful.
Pictures and things like that, and great pictures.
A
Courtesy
plug.
of
CC Photography.
ccphotography.com. But
Oh, JayDee, that was a great photo shoot
yeah,
with you.
it was fun. It was fun.
I'm so proud. I mean, these are, like I said, I've known you for a long time, but these are all really great things that you
Yeah, it's beautiful things,
have been
man.
able to share, and now everybody's going to be able to pick up that book and see a piece of JayDee in it. And I think
Yeah.
that's really awesome.
It's funny because, like, you know, I've been writing poems for a long time, and nobody's ever really, unless I translated them into rhyme and put them in songs, like nobody's ever said, "Hey man, let me read your, you know, deepest." You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody. I guess that's like reading somebody's journal. You know what I mean? So, but
Yeah.
as soon as I was like, "Yo, man, I want to do this book," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then like people got interested. Even my mother was like, "Well, can I read some things?" You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's important to me, and it's, you know, and some people are gonna take offense to things, you know, they just are. I mean, it's just and you know, I'm not endorsing nothing. It's just my feelings. You can agree or not agree, you know. It's whatever.
Well, it's not like you're calling out anybody. It's
No,
just that this
it's
is
just-
something that you...
Yeah, things I went through, you know, my family, you know, things, you know, those situations, you know what I'm saying? I'm not putting anybody on blast or nothing, but, you know, it's just
it just, a spade is a spade. You know, it is what it is. You know, and I mean, and that was the thing. And you know, I wrote about my grandmother and you know, everything. You know, because life and family, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And that's, you know, it's like the schools. Like we would talk more about like looking at other folks, you know what I'm saying, and being in the street and looking around and what was really going on than necessarily what we was hearing in the classroom, you know what I mean? So I just feel like, you know, if these cats that felt like me when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying, can read this book or even get a piece so I can catch them through this music at some point, you know what I'm saying, then they can hear that it's not hopeless out there, you know what I mean, that
so
there's a way
if you help just one person, you've done your job.
Sure,
really?
But I mean, I think on a bigger scale than that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I've helped one person. Somebody's helped me. You know what I mean? So I want to help. You know what I'm saying? Millions of people, and there's a way to do that. You know what I mean?
Do you would you like feedback? Okay, if someone were to kind of like write to you.
Sure. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Hell, you know, tell me the good, the bad, and the ugly. People, you know, it's funny because like. There's a cat from Detroit, and I mean, he's like he was like a great producer. I mean, he rapped too, but his name is JayDee, and he go by JayDee, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna clear this up right now, because, you know, my name's been JayDee, spelled the same way for the longest time before I even know who this cat is, you know what I mean? Now, no disrespect to dude, rest in peace, he passed away, you know what I mean? But, I mean, he was a great producer, he was with Slum Village and stuff, and I mean, he's a great producer, you know what I mean? And no disrespect to this dude, but like my name is JayDee. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? I've had the name.
You're allowed to have that name.
Any people holler at me or send little stuff my way on the internet. You know what I mean?
Thinking that you took his name?
Yeah, like I disrespected this cat. It's a mark and you know, desecrating his name or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't jack nobody's name. You know what I mean?
Okay, anybody listening to the podcast right now, I'm just gonna let you know JayDee's name has been JayDee. So just.
You know, I mean, and that's the thing, though. But see, that's the whole point. Like, that's cool. That's your opinion, man. You know what I'm saying? You can have it. I don't care. You know what I mean? And then they send my little messages and on YouTube on my videos and stuff. You know what I mean? And it's like whatever,
that's
man.
Crazy.
You're not getting a rise out of me with this stuff.
I have never gotten an email saying you cannot be Cece because there's somebody in Poison who has your name.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? But I mean, that's the whole point, though.
And if I do, I'm gonna be like, at least I don't talk like that.
Yeah.
All right.
But you know, I mean, that's the whole point, though, man. You know, everybody's entitled to their own. I got mine. You may not feel mine, but at least you know, mine's formed for me, and respect that. And you don't have to listen to my music. You know what I'm saying? If you don't wanna look at my video, or you don't like me, or you don't, you know, you think I stole somebody else's name, then kick rocks, man. You know what I'm saying? Go to somebody else's page. Why you gotta, you know what I mean?
Well, you know,
your mama not teach you. You don't got nothing good to say.
That is Hello. You know, it's interesting, but I think that people who listen to rap music listen to strictly rap music. I think that they're deep. I think they're very deep because they have, they listen to the lyrics.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, you know, there's a lot now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who say, yeah, you know, I listen to music, but they don't really listen to music.
No, they don't.
You know, they don't really listen to music.
No, it's obvious that they don't, or else none of these cats would be selling records.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ignorant people out there, you know what I mean? I mean, that's just, seriously, that's just the way it is. Who the fuck is buying all these records, man? You know what I mean?
I think it's popularity.
But it's cool. It's cool though. It's, once again, man, I'm not a hater. You know what I'm saying? I mean, do whatever you're doing and everything.
But if you could just tap into at least a percentage of those people who are buying the music strictly because their neighbor's buying it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, why can't...
It's the coolest thing in the world. I don't listen to it, but the neighbors have it, so I gotta get it.
Here's a good idea. Let's have a fad that's actually worth a shit. You know what I mean?
What do you want?
Let's
do something.
No, you see what I'm saying? No, like let's make music that can aid or be some sort of therapy or help or relation or something. Let's have it be the fad. You know what I mean? How about that?
I love that idea.
How about that? You know what I mean?
I love that idea.
And I mean, it's not like you're sacrificing quality. the quality's still there.
Okay.
The tracks are still there. You know, even the feel good part is still there. You know what I mean? So if you still got all these elements of good music, only it's actually something worth fucking listening to, then why can't we do that? You know, that's the business.
It's
though,
happening
you know what I
now.
mean?
It's happening today, JayDee. It's
Hopefully.
happening with you.
You know, I hope so. You know what I'm saying? No, it is.
Speak
Hold on,
it-
wait. Hold on,
Speak
wait.
it into existence.
It ain't no hope so. No, but I went. I was fortunate enough on my birthday. I was taken down to Georgia, and I got to go to the TASF, Tupac Amaru Shakur Foundation, which is a center for performing arts or whatever, and a statue of him in a peace garden and stuff. And it was just so like monumental to me, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Because the cat is like inspiration to me. Like, you know, of course he wild out. Everybody wilds out. I got pissed off records. You know what I'm saying? I do pissed off records, you know, and people take them as diss records, but I got them because that's every emotion, every aspect of emotion of a human being. You know what I mean? I got, you know, once I love, you know, my kids. I got songs to my kids and my daughter.
I
you
do.
know,
I
yeah.
see this on here. Forgive me.
Forgive me.
Track 4.
It's for my daughter, man, from the heart, man. I couldn't almost even get it out, man. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
And but you know, and all of those records mean stuff to me. And then I got records where I'm talking shit. I do that because I'm pissed off. You know what I mean? So
I think that's a great name for a record company.
What's that?
Pissed Off Records.
Yeah, well, somebody probably got it because all you
Think
cats,
so?
y'all know y'all got some fake ass record labels out there. Y'all ain't got no business license. They just saying stuff. You know what I mean? They just saying stuff. But anyway, but no, I mean it's fine to be angry about things. Everybody is at some point. But let's touch all aspects. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about you know. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Now,
you do. I understand what you're saying. You can have the range of emotions. You can
Sure.
go through the range of, and it still be cool music. It can still be marketable. It can still be something. But the bottom line is it's your experiences.
Yours, not this man over here, you know, because who's gonna believe you? You're a liar at that point.
Yeah.
You know, they know, you know.
You know, it's funny too because I was talking to somebody not too long ago, and they're like, "Hey, my friend's this really great songwriter, and it's amazing because all his songs about women, about his experiences as a woman, are selling. Here's the bottom line: are selling like crazy." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Well, the guy's a songwriter in town, and he writes about him being a woman. So the songs is like the songs are about a girl. It's about a girl telling her stories. But the songwriter is a guy. He has no idea what it's like to be a woman. He's never been a woman, never wanted to be a woman. No, he's completely straight. But
Wow.
But because, and I'm thinking, how can you be a man and write personal experiences about how you feel as a woman and be a man? And it's just
Nah.
like, that's weird.
And he's successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought,
I would love to say that surprised me, but it doesn't.
it doesn't surprise me.
No.
Because I'm like, really? The bottom line of that is he's just basically getting paid to write songs.
Yeah,
And the ones that are hitting are the ones, I guess, that he's in touch with his feminine side. But it has nothing to do, it has nothing to do with him or his life experiences. So it's kind of
Wow.
interesting, And it's like, I don't know. I don't know. That to me is great. You wrote great songs and now they're on the top 40 charts and
Yeah.
it's about, you being a woman. But
Hell no.
everybody's singing the song and everybody's buying it. But it's just like,
I'm trying really hard not to talk cash shit about that
there
guy.
you go.
But I'm not gonna do it.
All I have
not
to
gonna
say
do
is
it.
just that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about the songwriters and what they have to say and it coming from their souls and not about I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write this tune because I need to make some money this week. I mean,
Well, if you're not sitting around writing shit anyway, then why are you an artist?
Mm-hmm.
Get the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing over here? So, I mean, seriously.
JayDee,
I mean, I'm
that's
just
hilarious.
saying. You know, in hip
somebody
hop
asked
at
me-
least.
Okay. Somebody asked me at the last live show, the last Firepit live show. Somebody came up to me and said, "I want you to talk about," and you know who you are. I know you're probably listening. I want you to talk about and ask the other artists on the panel about. We'll just get straight to it. Just ask them why. Why is it that there are people in town that are getting paid to write music that they have absolutely no right at all? They're not. They're artists, but they're not writing music. So they're singing, and they're like, oh, you mean songwriters who are writing songs for the latest artist that's coming out?
Yeah.
You want me to ask the guests on the show about that? I said, well, it's going to be really odd because all of the guests on the show really write their own music.
Yeah.
So I would have to get somebody on the panel, somebody in who never wrote a lick of music
Yeah.
themselves, but
And back them into a corner and be like, fake ass, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Run them out of here. You know what I mean?
and
Fuck
so
outta here.
how does it feel to sing somebody else's tune?
Yeah.
How does it make you feel? What is it that you're doing?
Acting.
Milli
They're
Vanilli.
acting. Yeah, they're acting.
They're not Milli Vanilli because it's their talent. They're singing, it's their vocals, but they're never really singing about their own life
Yeah.
experiences.
Well, from what I understand, there's a lot of that in country rock and all
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean that's accepted.
Right.
And I mean if that's how y'all get down, I mean that's cool.
Yeah.
You know. But over here, that's not how we do things. You know what I mean?
It's totally different. But to get that point
Unfortunately-
across is difficult.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is how they do things now. You know what I
Right.
mean? But
Right.
But-
it's hard to get that across to the mass media.
Yeah.
I guess that's really where we're touching like a sensitive spot.
Yeah.
If you're somebody who picks up a CD strictly because you heard the song on the radio and you think it's cool, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you put in that CD and you listen to it, just to let you know, 9 times out of 10, that artist did not sing that song or
Yeah.
write that song.
Yeah.
It's somebody else who gave them that song and they're singing it and it has a
Yeah.
great melody and
R&B even does a lot of that.
yeah, which is fun. You can sit, you can sing in the car and okay, fine. There's nothing wrong with it. We're not dissing, we're not hating.
Nah.
But what we're talking about tonight is an artist who truly writes from his soul. He's speaking from his soul. Everything you listen to is an experience of that person. So what you're doing is when you're listening to that CD, you're actually taking a piece of that person. When you buy
yeah.
that CD, this is his arm, this is his leg, this is his mind, this is his heart. That's different, and it's so hard to get that across to people for generations who just pop in a CD and listen to something that somebody else manufactured or generated, and now they're putting a face to it, or they're modeling it. So if we can get anything across tonight is people. JayDee really is a piece of this. So you're taking a piece of his person, his soul, his being, and that he's sitting right here. This is real. And so it's very, very hard to get that across to somebody, JayDee, without
Yeah.
actually pinching them and going, hello, wake up.
Yeah.
Society, hello, wake up. Wake up.
But I want them to buy the record and know exactly who I am. I'm not pulling any punches. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, if I got choked up on the end of a record that I did about my grandmother, then I did that. You know what I'm saying? That was hard for me to do, and I wrote this song about my grandmother passing away 2 years ago, and I just tracked it last night. And I've been putting it off. Because I knew it was going to do that to me. You know what I mean? And
Tell me about your grandmother.
well,
Just a little bit.
She passed away in '98, and when me and my brother was coming up, you know what I'm saying, my mother had to come to Nashville. We grew up in a small town, you know what I mean, and my mother had to come up here because her and my pops was having issues and all that, and I'm not gonna get into all that, but and my pops was always running around, so we had to go stay at my grandmother's house, you know what I'm saying? And she was just like this little old lady that would like get up and she would cook for us, you know what I'm saying? It took us to school and everything, you know what I mean? And
She
it was
was
just
your rock.
she was everything, man. I mean, just it was crazy, And so we grew up
you know, around her and her, you know, and she was just the most honest person, you know, which was meant everything to me, you know. I mean, she would just tell you shit like it was, you know, and
Grandmothers
be
are
like, damn,
good
you
for
know,
that.
yeah, she just said
they're
that, you know.
so great that way.
But yeah, man, and so, you know, it's all important to me. Like, you know, I've written songs about my mother. You know, there's a song on there called "Loving You More" on The Realest Volume 2, which is this one.
This right here.
Yeah.
11.
Track 11, and that's like a bring church to them type track, you know what I'm saying, and tell everybody that I got my strength from my mother, you know what I'm saying, even when she was going through all the things she was going through with, you know, cancer and surgeries and all the things she was going through, it was like she was teaching me, and she wasn't even trying to teach me, you know what I'm saying. She didn't sit me down and say, you do this and do this and do this, you know, and it was, I was learning the whole time just by watching her be strong, you know what I mean? And then whenever I started fucking up and getting in trouble, she didn't, you know, she just supported me, you know, and that's what we was talking about earlier, you know. It was like, you know, and I was fucking up in school and everything, man, you know, and she was still, well, follow your dreams. Let's do this. Well, it's gonna take, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I had teachers calling me losers and all that, you know what I mean? And everything, you know. And then I was, you know, taking all those trips and going to jail. I was doing that, and she was still, you know.
She was there for you.
Absolutely, and that meant everything to me. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
like those type of songs are important, and I feel like I know every song can't be that. You know what I'm saying? I know every song can't be like a dedication or whatever. I understand that. But every song can mean something to me, and it can come from me and something I really did. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So,
JayDee, how do you keep the longevity of your career? Like right now, I mean, you're dropping CDs, you're getting the videos going, you're always doing new things. Every
Yeah.
time I talk to you, you've got something new going on, which is fantastic.
yeah.
How do you keep the longevity?
I don't got a clue. I mean, I don't longevity in a career, I don't give a
Yeah.
damn about, you know what I'm saying? Longevity to be here to watch my kids get older, and longevity as a solid individual. I know I need to be solid. I know the shit needs to fall out of my mouth and stay good. You know, I need to make good on my words, and if I said it, I meant it. And you could take it as a gospel truth, you know what I mean? But longevity in my career is I'm going to keep making music that means everything to me from the bottom of my heart, you know, because it's my God-given talent, you know what I mean? I mean, so that's just it. Whether it sells a whole bunch of records or, you know, I mean, that's up to y'all, you know what I mean? But if it sells a whole bunch of records, and cool, and naturally, we all want that. We all want to be successful. You know, we want that good check, you know, and take care of the crib and, you know, and all that. You know, I mean, you have to get that and maintain, you know what I'm saying? But it starts at home first, you know what I'm saying? And then you believe,
Great
and then
advice.
you know, you believe, and you know in your heart of hearts you're doing what's right, and you're hanging in there, you know, your kids are going to get fed and everything's going to be all right. And I understand the struggles. I mean, y'all don't talk that bullshit to me, man, because I understand the struggles, you know what I mean? But you have to stay solid as a person and believe, you know what I'm saying, no matter what. And the lowest of low, thank God, you know what I mean? So
Staying true to yourself.
absolutely.
That's the message, to stay true to yourself.
Absolutely. And you got to know who yourself are. You got to know who
Believe
yourself
you can
is. You
do
know,
it.
that's it. If you don't even know who you are, if you just constantly conforming and doing whatever, you know. And it's funny because, like, I'm sitting here saying the same thing, you know. And I did some interviews last year for The Realest Volume 1 when we dropped that mixtape. And these mixtapes are like albums. They're all original songs, you know, all original tracks. Stuff people ain't never heard before. We shoot videos to these tracks, you know what I'm saying? We treat these like albums. These are the type of mixtapes we giving you. We're not jacking platinum beats and putting them in a slimline jewel case with a simple cutout Kinko's thing and handing them to you. We're not doing that. And then asking you for $5. Hell, you can have this for free. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the art. You know what I mean? That's how we do things. Because, you know, it was a blessing to even be able to do the thing. I'm not trying to take a starving artist last $5.
JayDee,
you finna go
hope
eat.
that-
You know,
oh
I'm
my
not finna do
gosh.
that.
I hope that more and more people, I just want so many people to hear you and what you have to say. I mean, you need to go on the road and just talk about that.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Seriously.
seriously, man, I just,
Read
you
the
know.
book.
Yeah.
Read
you know,
the book, read the book.
The book, Nothing But the Truth, So Help Me God album is coming out in '08. Look, I put it on everything, man. You know, I'm not trying to sell wolf tickets over here at all. You know, I put it on everything. I've been sitting with this thing for a couple of years because I want to get it right. You know what I mean? I want to get it right. I'm feeding you with mixtapes. You can have it. I'm not going to take your money. You know what I mean? But I'm feeding it with mixtapes. I'm trying to help, you know, my people, my family come up. Like I said, Lil Sleep, Slim, J Stone, Angel's got an album coming out. You know, we working on everybody's stuff. And I mean, these people are free as artists to do whatever they want. My homeboy called me the other day and was like, man, is it cool, man? I was thinking about this type of song. Is it cool if we do that? I said, man, why are you even asking me that same thing? You know what I'm saying? You already know we do whatever you want to do.
Right.
Untouchable Records is for the artist.
Right.
You're free to be an artist. That's how it came about, because I wanted to do whatever the hell I wanted to do, you know?
Right.
What a beautiful concept. And if you can't do whatever the hell you want to do in life, which sometimes you can't, at least be able to do whatever the hell you want to do with music.
Yeah.
You know,
Which
at
is an
least have your
extension
own
of your
freedom.
life in the
Yeah,
first
at least have
place.
your own freedom in music.
Yeah.
If you have to go work that job, you know what I mean, to pay the bills and get that check, and you don't want to do that. But I mean, if that's what you got to do and that's your grind, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. You know, and but at least be able to do, you know, have that luxury, and I was given that luxury. So let me pass it to the people that I love that have that same passion for it. And whenever I hear them get in that studio, when I hear them spit, I'm like, man, you know, they inspire me. You know what I'm saying? If they look up to me, great. I don't care. You don't have to tell me that. You know what I mean? Y'all don't have to tell me that at all. Just you know, it's do you and have fun doing it.
Where can people pick this up? When you say it's out there, where is it?
Yeah, it's we're actually, you know, there's few copies left, which is crazy. We're getting a reorder at the manufacturer. We
Okay.
toss them out. We were doing, you know, a little bit of traveling and stuff, you know, through another great situation, you know, from some people that I was blessed to meet, you know what I mean? And we were able to move about and stuff, and, you know, much props to everybody who's, you know, aided and helped in any way, you know, and but we've been pitching them out and stuff, and we're fixing to do a reorder, but you can go to myspace.com/JayDee Untouchable Records, or myspace.com/Untouchable Records. You can go to untouchablerecords.com. My cell phone number's on untouchablerecords.com. Y'all can holler at me, man. You know what I mean? I'm right here.
There was only
you
one
know?
other artist that I found out that did that. We interviewed Joanna Cotton. She was at the Women Who Rock for the Cure for
Yeah.
the breast cancer. She literally has on her website, just like you, she's got
Yeah.
her phone number. And I said, Joanna, why do you do that? And she said, because I'm on the road a lot and I can't always get back to people. And,
Yeah.
you know, so if they want to call me just to find out where I am,
They
they
can-
can call my
That's
phone.
it. They can holler
I was
at
like,
me,
you
man.
know what? That right there.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
cool.
seriously. And you know what? What's crazy is this, too. If you go to untouchablerecords.com, the first main homepage, that's like one of the first things it tells you. That there it is. And then it's my cell phone number. It's
That's
right
cool,
It's right
JayDee.
here. Right here. You can holler at me right now. You know what I mean? And it don't blow up, and I don't get a lot of bullshit calls. That's what's crazy, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the people respecting that. Like I said, you ain't got nothing good to say. You don't got to holler at me, you know what I mean?
I
But
think that's great.
but yeah, it's, you know, and this, by the way,
Look at that.
it's
That's
the Blackout
awesome.
mixtape.
I
You
want one
already
of
know
those.
what it is. We're going to get you
Are
one.
they special order?
Yeah, they're
You gotta order
custom
'em
made.
custom made online?
Yeah, they're custom made. They're custom made in house. We do this shit
That's
totally
sweet.
independent.
Sweet. That's what I love about you. That's what I love about you, is that you have such great focus. You have always had focus, JayDee, from the very first time I met you. And I know whatever you've gone through in life, whatever's happened in life, life happens, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you've always been really focused, and you've always said great things about your family. And,
Yeah, man.
you
I mean,
know.
they're the reason I'm breathing. That's
I
what it
know,
is. You know what I mean?
That's why things are happening for
That's what it
JayDee.
is. I just did a song called "Stay Focused" too, and
Really?
yeah,
Huh.
they talking about that they may want to shoot the video for that one. We're doing a new video
Can
for
you give the
Nothing But the
audience
Truth.
Can you give some audience some words?
Oh.
Can you? I'm putting you on the spot. You're
Yeah.
probably gonna kill me later. Why'd you
no,
say that for? Say
no,
that.
man. I mean, I give words like it's nothing. They, you know what I'm saying? They're giving to me, so I give them back, you know. Basically, man, you know what I'm saying? Put God above all, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to start with you and within, you know, and I'm not trying to force feed you anything. If you're receptive of it, then and start there, you know, and start in prayer, and don't just pray whenever everything's going good, because you know it's the lowest of the lows. Those are the times that we learn, you know what I mean? Those are the most important times, is when it is rock bottom, you know what I mean? But you got to stay focused, you know. You got to stay focused. You got to count your blessings. You got to look around, put good people around you, you know what I mean? And really be true to yourself. I mean, that's what it is, man. Bottom line, it starts with self.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Oh, by the way,
Yes.
the song called What It Is,
Yes.
we shot a video for Harper Productions. Big ups, Burt Folks, Rick Prince. Good people, man. You know, we're getting this, shopping these distribution deals for Untouchable Records. We've been doing that. I keep saying, I know it, but we're going to nail it down, because we got to have the right deal. It ain't about a deal. I ain't biting on the chump deal, you know what I mean? It's got to be the right deal, because we have to maintain creative control. That's what it is. That's what it's about. That's what it's going to stay, regardless. So y'all can keep all that other artist development shit. Y'all can have all that, you know what I'm saying? We'll be good. So,
Artist development? Are you kidding me?
yeah, crazy.
You're like walking development.
Crazy, man.
Dude.
Crazy.
Come on.
We got a bunch of other things in the works. Like I said, Nothing But the Truth, So Help Me God album should be released soon. The book, Soul of a Poet, Road to Reality, will be out soon. Angel, dropping the record Falling, coming soon. Slim Body and Wholesale Entertainment, they coming soon. Lil Sleep, Young Av, all my people coming out, man. All my people, my boy
All
Shameless.
2008.
All 2008. We trying to shell all of them out, you know what I mean?
Awesome.
We're doing our best to give y'all everybody on a full roster on 2008. That's my plan, you know what I mean? So
Well, we gotta have like an Untouchable Records party.
yeah, it's gonna be deep in here then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all need to get a few. We're gonna use that whole pew.
Yeah.
We're gonna sit everybody on that whole pew.
You want to? We'll
It's
do a
gonna
nice
look like
little.
a
Showcase.
it's gonna
Yeah,
look
I
like a
was gonna say we
mug
can do
shot
like a
in
nice
here.
little photo shoot to have everybody out on the pew and light
That's
it
what's
up
up.
and see what's going on. I think
Absolutely.
that would be a wonderful
We'll
thing
do
for
that.
2008. I'm very excited. I think that 2008 is going to be beautiful. I hope it's beautiful for you,
It will be.
the podcast listeners, and then also for everybody in your camp.
It
I
absolutely
think that's
will be.
great.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? If we have anything to do with it, it's always gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so
This is
that's
great
the
stuff.
business.
People, please remember, when you're buying or if you're purchasing, buying,
However.
listening to anything by JayDee the Godfather, it's really him. It's really him. It's a piece of him. And so that's pretty special. All right. So JayDee, you rock, man.
Hey, thank you.
You rock.
Thank you.
I love
Do
having
rappers
you on
rock?
the show. You rock and
MCs.
roll.
Yeah.
Woo!
But,
Do
yeah, man.
rappers rock?
I don't know what
Come
they do.
on, man.
Most of them tell lies. No. No, I appreciate you guys having me on here, man. Firepitfriday.com. If you're not listening, I don't know what your fucking problem is, man. You know what I'm saying? JayDee, Untouchable Records, UNT. It's Fire Pit Friday. You already know what it is, man. If you're not listening, it's family, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tune up in. You know what I'm saying? Fill the
Oh.
blank in.
Really, JayDee? We have over 500,000 listeners.
That's beautiful.
All those people out there. We know you're out there because we've tallied you. We appreciate every single one of you.
Absolutely.
Keep your letters coming. They're very important. And you know who you are. The regulars who write in, we love ya. And, the new people who are listening in. 2008, it's great.